I think I will address the psychology part of it more. So as I mentioned earlier, people buy from people. That's the basic, of any selling. So selling is more about psychology. It is more of an art rather than a science, I believe. There cannot be a set formula or a set way of getting success. Although there could be always some broad guidelines which could be followed, but on a situation based modification of these guidelines is necessary, and for that the salesperson has to use his own judgment from time to time. So in all my career I have met thousands of customers myself, and I must have sold to hundreds of them. So all of these customers represented varied global cultures, different tastes, economic and regulatory environments, different industries that they belong to, and each one of them had different needs. So sometimes I may be selling some computer hardware, sometimes it may be an ERP package I may be selling, sometimes I may be doing a project for a customer, and so on and so forth. So each situation was very, very unique. Each customer that I met was a unique personality, and therefore my approach to each one of them had to be unique too, right? So a salesperson, in my opinion, should be knowledgeable enough for the customer to respect his authority on his product. That is basic given. Without authority on the product, the customer will not pay any respect to you in terms of taking advice from you. And at the same time, the salesperson should be aware enough about the customer's own business also. So you should be able to understand the pain points that the customers have, and you should be able to relate your products or services cleverly to the pain points, so that customer also gets the kind of trust that you truly understand his issues. Second thing is, the salesperson should be smart enough to steer the conversation in the direction that he wants for a positive outcome. Often I have seen in the sales meetings, the conversations get completely diverted from the main point, and salesperson ends up giving the control to the customer, and such meetings end up being disastrous because the main objective of the meeting for which the salesperson is taking a call is not met with, and the sales cycle doesn't proceed to the next step. Then the salesperson also has to be intelligent enough to understand actually what the customer is trying to convey, rather than what he is saying verbally. So you have to understand the underlying meaning of what he is trying to convey to you, rather than just go by the words that he is using in short. So the salesperson has to be essentially a good reader of the body language of the customer, whether the customer is uncomfortable, whether he is happy, whether he is giving any kind of positive signals or negative signals. You should be able to catch that body language very quickly and change your overall approach to the customer accordingly. So that is the next point, where the salesperson has to be flexible enough to quickly adapt to the situation, which is unfolding before him. As the interaction goes on, things will start changing. Probably initially the customer may be very cold to you, but if he finds that the conversation is making some sense to him, he will start becoming more friendly. At some point it may so happen that he is coming very close to the decision, but because of, let's say, some rigid stance that you have taken, he may start going away from that decision. So all those transitions you have to constantly watch through the body language, and you should be able to interpret those transitions and appropriately change your story or your approach. So one cannot have set ideas. For example, like I want to sell this particular product or that particular service only. You should be very adaptable in terms of positioning the right kind of product, whether it's sometimes in a product it may be a perpetual license that you are trying to sell, but customer doesn't have budget. He's trying to indicate that he has much less budget. So if you have an option of giving a lease license kind of option or annual subscription kind of option, you should immediately switch over to that. Or whether you could give him a trial license so that he tests your product and then makes a decision. So these decisions have to be taken by the salesperson. He has to quickly think how he can basically salvage the situation. The discussions with the customer will basically uncover the customer's real needs, issues, and budgets, and based upon that, the salesperson has to position himself. The next thing which comes to my mind is he should be empowered enough. No, he should be sensitive enough about taking spontaneous decisions based upon what the situation demands. For example, in case his management has cleared, let's say, at your level, you are able to give a customer a 20% discount maximum. You should take a call whether a 20% needs to be reached. The entire discount has to be passed on, or you would be able to get the order still at 15%, or in very difficult situation, whether you have to take a call of going even beyond that 20%, let's say to 21 or 22%, and later on take the approval from your management that this was the situation because of which I had to take this decision. But you have to take a decision and move ahead. Without that, the meeting will not be successful. So negotiations meetings, typically, you need to have that empowerment, and you should be flexible and sensitive to understand situation and take the decisions accordingly. And the last thing is, the salesperson has to be always approachable for the customer, to find him very easy to do business. So in times when customer needs him, if your mobile phone is switched off or you are not responding to his emails, that is taken very, very negatively. So you should always be available. I tell my customers that I'm available to them 24/7. Although technically nobody calls me in the deep of the night, but that kind of gives them confidence that I'm serious about doing business with them. And that approachability or that availability is very, very important, because you never know when the customer is going to need you. So these are some of the secrets which I feel in terms of the psychological behavior and understanding that of the customer.